Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Our video for today is another travel/educational tour featuring the Butuan Museum, which I recently visited this year. This was only a side trip while my parents were having an annual medical checkup. Since I was already here in the city, I grabbed the opportunity to pay visit to this museum. As a side story guys, my mother grew up here in Butuan City where she spent her childhood years. She said that their house is located in Ticalo Extension and she had her elementary years in Butuan City College or BCC. Just comment guys if the BCC school is still existing in the city and where it is presently located. Thank you. So guys, allow me to show you some of the pictures I got at the Butuan Museum. Actually, upon arriving the reception area, the receptionist asked me to write my name in their attendance book. I asked if there is an entrance fee, but it's totally free. For your curiosity, the museum is divided into two sites. First is the Ginikanan site where the archaeological artifacts are displayed. And the other side of the building is the panapton sa lumad, mga arte o kailhanan, and the crafts as woman's art, a picture gallery of Mr. George Tapan. I am heading first to the gallery site which is called Ginikanan. So guys, Ginikanan is a Visayan word which means parent or origin, or in Filipino, magulang o pinagmulan. This also captures the idea of how the pre-colonial civilization started and flourished, how the people adapted the nature and environment, how they maximized the resources provided by the nature. We can also imagine what things they use in their day-to-day life and how efficient barter was as a means of the social economic system in those days. Since Agusan is a coastal area, sea trade is very much conducive for them in sustaining their economy. This is a miniature and a replica of the Balangay boat as the first wooden watercraft excavated in Southeast Asia in the year 1970 in Butuan, Agusan del Norte. It is said that there were several boats discovered accidentally by the locals who were searching also for some gold in the Masao River. But what we have in the museum is known as the Butuan Boat 5, with its length of 11.5 meters or 38 feet. It is said that the Butuan boats are the single largest concentration of lush log boats of the Austronesian boat-building tradition, and it has been dated around 776 to 971 Common Era. In this picture, these are the remains of the original Balangay boat. Just a trivia, our present vocabulary of the word barangay comes from the word balangay. I just remember during my elementary days, in my subject Sibika at Kultura, my late teacher said that a balangay boat consists of 2 or more families. The bigger the boat, the bigger the population in the boat. And when the Spaniards required the natives to settle on the land, for they used to live in the boat, thus it is the birth of the smallest administrative civil unit called barangay. In this picture, we can see a diagram of how it is built, the base of the balangay boat. Inside the museum, there were also some antique ceramics, teapots, and other artifacts. These only give proof that there was already a thriving civilization in the country even before it became the Philippines, with the Southeast Asian countries enriched by their coastal road and trade during the pre-colonial era. So guys, we are now in the other side of the museum, which they featured the indigenous textiles which showcase the arts and designs of the Lumads living in the province. The gallery features the intricate pattern designed by our beloved native people, the process of tie-dyeing using some of the natural dye colors extracted from the nature. The textiles are truly handmade with the help of the backstrap loom or the weaving tool, which is typically made also of a wood and holds back the thread under its tension while the weaver interweaves the thread in order to create a beautiful pattern. Having this kind of technology in their ancient times, this would only convey that indeed our indigenous people have already developed their own culture, practices, and traditions, which are also imprinted in these woven textiles, expressed in a very artistic manner, and yet it reveals the true identity of being a Filipino. Some of the textiles displayed in the gallery are made from the ata-manobo, bagobo, laan, bukidnon, higaonon, mandaya, manobo, tagakaulo, tibuli, and teruray tribes. The tinalak is considered a sacred cloth woven by the women who have received a blueprint of design for the weave in their dreams. It is believed that the design came from Fudalo, the Tibuli goddess of Abaca, as a gift. Tinalak is uniquely known for its intricate and elaborative designs. The cloth is made from the Abaca fabric and dyed using the natural dyes extracted from the plants. So guys, what we see here in this picture are the sling bags and backpacks, which are purely hand woven. As we move along, we have these bead products. Some are used as bracelets, earrings, handcuffs, necklace, and headdresses. They have also woven cloth embroidered with some beads. To note, these bead products has also its own design and pattern, not to mention the color combination. Usually, our Lumads are very much delighted with the color red and yellow, matched with the colors black and white. We can also see some native tribes also make use of the teeth of animals and make them into a necklace. This would also symbolize bravery. And the number of the tooth attached to the necklace is said to be the number also of the animals they hunted. So guys, it took me almost an hour touring around the Butuan National Museum. The building is not that big actually, but it stores an enormous amount of knowledge about our past, culture, and tradition, which partly molded us as a Filipino. I would like also to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the staff and ushers of the museum for accommodating me on this side tour. As I end this vlog, what I thank most is the opportunity to be able to visit a museum, which for me personally is a kind of tracing back of my roots as a Filipino born and raised in the northeastern part of Mindanaon, particularly in Surigao del Sur, which is the adjacent province of Agusan. Second, I know museums nowadays are only visited because of the educational tour for the students. I could even wonder if Gen Z will be fascinated to visit this place like this. But for me, it only ignited my inner desire to know more about culture and people. I even asked in the past to take an anthropology course but it was deferred, seeing that it is only my personal development. But I believe, as a basic premise, that studying is basically a personal development. Once again guys, see you in my next vlog episode. God bless you all and peace and all good. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below on the new things you learned from this vlog.